afternoon, all my Facebook friends. I'm proceeding back to the Namstel on the west coast. I'm presently in the area of Perico. I want you to have a look at what's going on the west coast of Demerara, where Brian Tiwari, well known as BK, has been offered a contract to complete widening and I suspect repairs to the road from Perico to Greenwood. My trip will end at the Namstel. Yes, as I was saying, my trip will end at the Namstel where I'll turn off. I've just passed Gafour's Perico section and I'm now going to be heading into where the repairs have started. Now my question is, why has the stretch behind us been left? I'm mounting the new surface which has recently been upgraded. As you can see, the sign Orangutan, and this is an East Bank equipment. The road that I'm driving on is partially completed, I must say, because I'm certain that it will take another set of work to finish off the sides, which, as you can see, has just been cleared and has loam and sand. So what I'm driving on is completed, and I suppose they're going to be returning to this section later. Now, this type of repair is beyond me. I ask myself, what sort of back to front work is this? You work on the section, say you finish it, and then you have to return later to complete it. Why not complete the whole section in the first place and then move on? You will see many examples of this chaotic strategy, I would describe it as. It's nothing less than chaotic. You work partially, then you're going to come back later to work on this end. And this is the strategy that has been used by the People's Progressive Party Civic since 1995, when they started to work on a proposed 4-lane road to Timeri. You're going to see the type of traffic situations that we'll encounter as we go along this road. I'm going at a very leisurely pace of 35 kilometers an hour. You're going to see the chaos as we get into it. This whole stretch here has the sides to be done, I suppose, at a later time. Don't pay attention to some of the things that you will see happening along this road, because you might want to think that it happens all over the place. Just look and tell me what you think of this strategy. All this, the middle section has been upgraded, and the sides are still to be done. As you can see, piles of sand being left along the road surface at the sides. I'll soon be providing all my Facebook friends with the project, project plans for this West Coast Demerara highway that goes from Perico to breeding hoop. This is the handiwork of Brian Tiwari, better known as BK International. We're going through Good Hope, and you can see they're going to widen. The bridge has not been touched as yet, but I suppose, I don't know what their plans are. I really have got to get my hands on the feasibility study that was done and submitted by the previous administration of the PPP Civic. They're the ones who created this project. They envisioned it. Whatever problem they're trying to solve is still beyond the grasp of me and many others. So on to now, there's no real completed section of this road. I'll get the timeline for you, and I'll inform you when was the beginning of this project. You know, citizens of Guyana need to track these projects, be aware and remind the authorities what they have been doing. Because with the passage of time, the facts disappear, and then people make all sorts of ludicrous claims. Here's another stretch. Now, one of the claims that have been made is that this highway has a lot of traffic. Well, I'm certain from my journey today, you wouldn't see very much of the traffic, because it's really not true. Paul's Auto Sales, you just passed that. We're still on the East Bank Espresso. I'll tell you when we get out of the East Bank Espresso. It's the same what we call West Coast Perico Road, but we're in the section of the county of Espresso. These are some of Brian Tiwari's workers, just parked their cars here, and they don't care. Got to be some foreman on the project. We're coming up to Two Brothers gas station. It says work ahead. You're going to get a good look at the case. As you can see in front of me, vehicles parked both sides. You're noticing some red and white pieces of equipment which is on the road, and that is to stop the traffic. Well, I've got to stop. This is a section where they are working. As you can see, traffic one side has got to stop to permit the flow of traffic on one lane. Here's a guy who was attempting to move out. He must have been waiting there a little while. Now, if someone could explain to me what really is the strategy being used by Brian Tiwari and his engineers. I'm right behind now. You see this section? It's broken up. This was the old road. It's broken up. The other part is completed, but this one isn't. And the size, as usual, not to be done now, but I suppose sometime later. Here's another hold up. We're going through we're now passing one of Brian Tiwari's trucks. See what I've got to do now? Down on this side, coming back, they're working here. Here we go again. We have to weave. There we go again. Up here, they're working over here. Here comes another of Brian Tiwari's trucks, BK International. When they're finished, they break up the road more than anything else. I'm going to wait here until he passes. Wow. Wonderful. This is Brian Tiwari, advisor. He was appointed advisor to the government on business. Here are some of his workers. Wow. Well, that's the strategy. You imagine. Here's another traffic block. Got to make my way down to the side. Ah, well, this one here now. The road is broken up. They're working on that part. This part isn't ready for construction. On both sides of the road, the whole road cannot be used, and it's a lot of bumping. With the stuff that they have on it, they have to be wetting it constantly. Otherwise, we'll be driving in mountains of dust. You will see the villages as we pass through. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Oh boy. Our road engineers. And then he waves his hand at me as if to say, well, I am supposed to be blamed for something. But whoever are the road contractors on this road need their heads to be examined. There we go. On another escapade. Wow. Really interesting. There you have the water system wetting the road. Oh boy. We move to the side. Wow. This is 20th century technology in the 21st century. Imagine that. And then they say Guyana is moving forward. If I had my way, Brian Tiwari would never have had this project, because it's definite that he and all those that he has subcontracted the contract out to don't know what they're doing. It is as simple as that. I'm leaving the Tushin area, and we're heading for the Burisiri Bridge. Oh, wow. This is the old Burisiri Bridge. You might have seen the part where the train used to cross here. and that's Bursiri Bridge. So I'm heading into the Willem and then Metmeersor. All along this stretch that they're working on, as you can see, the site is prepared for work, but nothing doing. When I get the pre-feasibility study, I'll be able to tell you when this work was originally scheduled to be completed. This is the Willem, just outside of Metmeersor. Facebook friends, you will get a good idea at the end of this recording of the works that have been going on. See here all the sides yet to be completed, but the middle part is surfaced. I suppose when they finish doing the sides, then they're going to do over the middle. We're heading through Metmeersor now. Now I want to know what is the real reason for the widening of this road. We're into Metmeersor. One side is broken up and looks as if it's ready for some work to be done, but nothing will be done here for months, I could assure you. The right side hasn't been started as yet. And when they're finished, they're going to be breaking up the pavements that people have already constructed in front of their businesses. And they would just say, well, we're the government, we've got to do what we got to do. I say to them, this project should have been abandoned by the present administration. It makes absolutely no sense other than mismanaging state funds and ensuring that these funds get into some people's pockets.